I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review, another objective, and this time Totssf Falcao. I'm a little bit surprised, actually, that he was given the objective card. I expected to see him in Team of the Season, but not as an objective. Kind of thought they'd leave the big name like that for packs, really, so that people would want to go and spend FIFA points. So, well done to them for doing that. They could have given us some rotter that no one really cares about, but they didn't. They gave us a card that I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to unlock, and he's not that difficult to unlock either. Only really 4 wins. You can knock off the rest in 2 or 3 games and get the 4 wins and job done. You are literally that close to him right now without even starting. So let's have a look at the stats. High attacking work rate, medium defensive. Only the 3-star skills, but we're used to that, let's be honest. A 4-star weak foot, not bad. And we move into the in-games. Now, without a chem style, we'll talk about it for a second. Without a chem style, you can look at it and you can go, right, well, instantly you'll know what kind of to expect. You're not going to get this super agile player that is going to be that sort of Ryan Kent. You're not going to get that really agile, fast player. That's not what Falcao is. That's not what anyone's expecting going into this. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go pick him up and he's going to go to my main team, and then you play with him and you're like, hang on a minute, he's not, he doesn't quote unquote fit the game. I'm not going to use that word, but we can kind of fix it with a sniper, right? So we stick a sniper on him and he gets 96 agility, 91 balance, 99 reactions, 98 ball control, 95 dribbling, 1 composure, which takes that to 99. His finishing goes to 99, positioning is up to 99, volleys are 99, and penalties are 99 as well. Shot power has been neglected slightly, but I don't see that as too much of a problem. 93 acceleration and 90 sprint speed, as well as 90 short passing. Some decent physicals. The stamina is low, and that is irritating. However, you shouldn't be dancing through people. I'm not saying I didn't do that in the clips that you're about to watch, but you shouldn't necessarily be trying to just dance through everyone and go on long jinking runs with your 3-star skills and your potential lack of agility. You are going to be playing, in a sense, you're going to be playing as not a poacher, but you're going to be trying to do the sensible thing. You want to get your shots off with Falcao because obviously he's going to be good in front of goal. You're not going to be doing those sort of long runs. So with that, the stamina, yes, it could be a problem, and it is definitely the biggest concern that I had going into it. But, if you use him sensibly and you just do the basics rather than try to run through everyone, you should be fine. This is a 95 rated card with a sniper, and considering the fact that this is, okay, again, I always say this in objectives, but time is, to some people, time is like a currency, if you will. So when I say, oh, it's a free card, people say, well, no, my time has value, and I get that. But, for the purpose of saying you're not spending anything, it is a free card. So to have this for free is actually really nice, even if you decide after a couple of games, I'm over it, I'm not that bothered. You've got a 90 rated Team of the Season card to chuck into the guaranteed La Liga Team of the Season at the end of the week. So worst comes to worst, you've offset the price of that Team of the Season SBC by a considerable amount. So there we go. You've got that already. Now, in terms of links, not going to be easy to link because there aren't that many great Colombians in the game. There are a few. I mean, Cuadrado's got a couple of decent cards on him. So, I mean, he's a right back, generally speaking, so it's not going to be as easy to link him in. But, yeah, I mean, I've obviously got some icons around him and stuff like that, but as a super sub, he can actually be a decent option. Now, let's talk about, let's have a bit of a sandwich. I love a sandwich. So let's give him a compliment sandwich. We're going to say something I liked, and then we're going to go through what I didn't really like about him, and then we'll end on what I think was good and why I think it may or may not be a reason to pick him up, right? So let's talk about the good. Falcao in every game is one of those cards I love, and last year, more than anything, I think he just fit the game perfectly. You needed heading, you needed jumping, and you needed physical, and Falcao has that. Even his base card in FIFA 19 was an absolute banger. And that was no surprise to anyone, right? So this year, where it's more or less the complete opposite, and you need to have someone who's agile, fast, good dribbling, and very good shooting, is Falcao still going to be that good card? I can say categorically, yes, he is. I actually really enjoyed myself with this card. I think he's a very, very good player. It is frustrating that he now plays in Turkey and he's not easy to link in with people, because in a perfect world, if chemistry didn't exist, him and Belotti up front together could be the dream partnership. Neither have particularly good ball control. Well, not ball control, but you know what I mean, like the maneuverability, if you will. But they are quite similar in a sense. Like, they've both got a little bit of strength to them. They've both got a little bit of, not flair, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. They've just got that aura about them where they will score goals. And Falcao is a machine. His finishing is very, very good. You may not be able to tell in the clips so much, but people are grinding right now. People are sweating it out. It's really difficult to play when people are just trying to, like, in some cases, I'm going into a game, I'm scoring from kickoff, and they're leaving. It's quite difficult at the moment to get any sort of real sense of how players are. But from what I've managed to do with Falcao in the time that I've had so far, I actually really enjoyed the card. There are definitely some problems, and this is where the sour bit of the sandwich comes in. The stamina, as I say, you can get away with it telling him to stay forward. If you don't tell him to get in behind as well, he will use slightly less energy. The issue is the medium defensive work rate. If he didn't have a medium defensive work rate and he only had a low defensive, then you can get away with lower stamina, because what those work rates do is when the AI is controlling that particular player, they will use more stamina. So players with high work rates, you'll notice if they've got lower stamina and they've got high work rates, they will be tired quicker, because off the ball, you're not even paying attention to it. You don't know what's going on because you're trying to concentrate on getting the ball back and getting up the pitch to score a goal. So you're not paying attention to your striker who's got like for instance, Heung-min Son's got a high work rate. Fortunately, he's got good stamina, but he is bombing up and down that pitch. And sometimes if you use him, you'll notice, hang on a minute, he's in the midfield. Oh, I don't care how he's there. I'm just going to use him now that he is. So the medium defensive work rate is obviously better than a higher defensive work rate, but just be aware that the fact that he has such low stamina will unfortunately mean that he will trot back. Not quickly, but he will trot back. And then, of course, he's going to try and bomb forward as soon as you pick up the ball. So he will use the stamina. Telling him to stay forward might help that defensive work rate slightly in the fact that he won't come back as much. That's my advice to you. Take it or leave it. Entirely up to you. But that, in my opinion, helps. Now, the other very quick negative, it's not like terrible, but it is definitely worth a mention. His mobility, sometimes he can feel a bit sluggish, not particularly great. The fortunate thing about him is he is starting from not a relatively high base, but the 83 base is definitely better than if he was starting off from a 75, 77 base. I've talked about this in previous videos, not going to dwell on it too much, but if you've got a higher base card, you will feel a little bit better as a higher rated team of the season, because you already got that sort of stepping stone into those stats, if that makes sense. So let's finish this off with what I really did like about this card. Weak foot, more than usable, loved it. Work rate meant that he got forward an awful lot, which was really good. Me telling him to stay forward obviously helps as well. The pace is a very nice boost, because obviously from the 83 he's gone up by 27 acceleration, 26 sprint speed, which is absolutely incredible. We've got, if I just take the chem style off and have a look at what the boosts were, 12 dribbling, 8 shooting, 11 passing, only 6 for defending, but that's irrelevant, and then of course 16 physical. So even though I've complained about the stamina, it is actually up from 67, so it's a massive boost. I just think the card is really good, and for the sake of what, like 4 games? I mean, I say 4 games, you need to win 4 games, right? So maybe you can't, maybe you're in the higher divisions, if you're in, like, I don't know, Division 3 and above, maybe even Division 4 and above to a degree, you are going to struggle. Maybe you're not even that great at the game, but you still want to get this card, and maybe it's going to take you 10 games to unlock him. I still think it's worth it, in all honesty. Not ideal for links, I know that. Off the bench, decent. Not going to give you the massive impact you maybe want, but he is a finisher in every sense of the word. His positioning is astonishing. He is always in the right place at the right time. His finishing is very, very good. His pace is a very nice upgrade. Not always the most maneuverable player in the world, but definitely with a chem style helps. and you can get into the right place and score the goal. Honestly, his shots, they will just glide in. His finesse shots in particular are actually very good. And his passing, it's not amazing, but it can definitely be used in an emergency. His ability to hold off defenders is very good because his strength is high. He's got that type of frame about him as well. Like, he's got an average body type. If he had a lean body type, I don't think the agility would be that much of a problem. But in all honesty, should you unlock this? In my opinion, yes, you should. And then that's it. That's the end of it. Let me know what you think of the card in the comments. Are you going to? Have you already? And if you have used him, what do you think of him? Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, of course. And until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.